Greetings, family. Welcome to this cookie fail. These cookies are gigantic. I was going for Crumbl cookies and ended up doing something wrong. So I figured out, I was laying in the bed that night and I was like, it came to my head. I put the wrong amount of butter in the cookies. So it made them come out more like a gigantic cake cookie. All right, so I'm going to tell you how to do this also the right way so that you can get it right. I'm going to also leave the link to the recipe that I follow right now. I'm just making the syrup that goes on the cookie. I used all the ingredients that you've seen in the beginning, which was butter, powdered sugar, baking soda, brown sugar, milk, and some vanilla extract. Don't worry, like I said, I will leave the link in the description to the recipe that I follow. So if you follow that step by step, you'll get everything right. So I just mixed my butter and sugar for the cookie, and here is where I started to really believe that something wasn't right, but I also wanted to trust the process. So the recipe called for 3 eggs, so I'm just adding those eggs in. They are room temperature, and I added those in one at a time. So I've made plenty of cookies, and at this point I knew that something was off. But again, I wanted to trust the process, so I tried not to let it bother me. I said, you know what, I'm just going to keep going with the flow of things. So now I'm adding in my flour. And this recipe also calls for a pancake mix. That's right, the traditional pancake mix. Just add water pancake mix. So you will see that in a little bit I'm going to change from using the electric mixer to just using a spatula and folding in the rest of the flour and pancake mix. You don't want to overwork your cookie dough, so that's why it's nice at the end to just use the spatula and fold in the rest of your dry ingredients. Okay, so now I'm forming the cookie balls. I used an ice cream scooper where I didn't know it was an ice cream scooper when I brought it. I thought it was a cookie scooper. But I'm using an ice cream scooper to portion out so all the cookies can be the same size. And I was instructed to let them be 1 inch in thickness. Okay, I put them in the oven and look at this. These cookies came out humongous. I mean, they were literally bigger than my hand. Okay, I'm gonna put a cookie side by side. Here you go, so that we can compare it. That's a normal cookie compared to, like, this is like a MONDO cookie, okay? So I went back to the drawing board and I'm like, okay, let me make this batter just a little bit smaller. And also I noticed that when I was forming the balls, this batter was literally sticking to my hands. Again, I knew something isn't right here. Although the cookies came out pretty and nice and round, it still wasn't giving me what I was expecting. Okay, so I just continued to follow through with everything. I mean, the cookies were very tasty. They were very soft. It almost reminded me of like a cake, but it just wasn't giving Crumbl cookie. Come on, I wanted to get closer than that. So right now we're taking that syrup mixture that we made earlier and we just placing it over the warm cookies. And now I'm adding a dollop of the buttercream that is supposed to, look like some butter on top of a pancake. Now, presentation, these things were beautiful. They look really good, and they were huge. Okay. When you put it on a plate, it looks just like a pancake. Look. Alright. So I'm just gonna pick one up and show you a close-up. And then I'm gonna break into it so you can see the inside. And as you can see, it's very cakey. It's very fluffy. It was good, but it wasn't giving cookie. So here we are the next day. In the morning, I got right back in that kitchen and started over. This is the butter and the sugar, and it already looks different. Okay, that's more like it. Look at the batter, how smooth and fluffy that is. Then I added my flour, my baking soda, and pancake mix. We got our dough. We formed our balls a little smaller. Okay, and this is more like it. That's a cookie. Here are the final results. You'll get a glance. I didn't get to break into these ones. They went directly to my husband's co-workers, and they tore them up. They loved it. So again, I'm going to put the recipe that I used in the description. So if you want to try these cookies out, get the recipe and follow it to a T. The lesson in today's video is that sometimes things don't go as you plan it. But if you fail, you have to get back up and try it again. We appreciate you all. Bless you for watching, and we hope that you will return. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a part of the Tip Time family, and we'll see you again in the next video. Peace be.